Hello again everyone, you're about to see the second episode in which we explore a secret level of Quake. Before we start, however, a slight digression. In the previous episode I mentioned how important it is to use the correct DOSBox settings if you want your games, whichever they may be, to run nice and smooth. So today I'm going to give you a very quick lesson about some configurations which have been tried and tested over the years, and I know for sure they work fine. I've been using DOSBox for, I don't know, 18 or maybe even 19 years. When I started, it was a very old version. It wasn't as powerful as it is nowadays, so a lot of stuff was not possible to run the way it is nowadays. We've surely come a long way since then. So here are a few sample configurations that you can use. One thing I've learned over the years is that for older games, especially if they run on low resolutions, it's always better to use a fixed amount of cycles, whereas the automatic and the max settings are best used for heavier stuff at higher resolutions, like for example Quake or like Blood running on higher resolution or Tomb Raider, stuff like that. So for example, for Wolfenstein 3D or Spear of Destiny, you would want to use a smaller number of cycles, like something in the range of 15,000 to 20,000. The core should be set to normal since these games run in real mode. Keep in mind though that you'll basically be emulating a pretty fast computer, so you will get this ancient bug where push walls may go farther than they should. This also happened on real hardware when it was pretty fast. Now later games which run in protected mode, they require a dynamic core. Yeah, consider this to be a mandatory thing. With other core types they may run pretty bad and be unstable. For Vanilla Doom, also for Heretic and even Rise of the Triad, and why not even Descent. The range is something like 60,000, that's more suitable for Rise and for Descent, up to 90,000, which is suitable for Doom and Heretic. Of course, you can find the value that suits you best. I usually input 80,000. That's what most of my recordings are done with, so it works fine. Now for Hexen and Strife you may want a slightly higher value to ensure that it will run smooth and without hiccups, so I'd suggest something like 100,000 or maybe even 110,000. Now Quake is where you can finally use the automatic setting or the max, especially if you're running at a higher resolution, to ensure that it will run nicely. And finally, for build engines, you may notice an additional setting. If you've played them in DOSBox before at higher resolutions, you may have noticed there is a frequently encountered problem where some graphical elements like menus, the heads-up display, and some messages on the screen may flicker. I've seen videos on YouTube with this flickering. You may notice some other cases of graphical corruption as well. And these are fixed by changing the machine setting in the DOSBox config file to VESA underscore no LFB. This will fix the flickering and any other issues. However, this will also make Quake impossible to run at higher resolution, so if you need to run Quake, then you should change the machine setting back to its default value, which is svga underscore s3. Then Quake will be fine. Anyway, I think that's enough of a lesson for today, so let's get into the actual secret level, which today is the Underearth. Okay, time to get some dark decaying castles. Let's start over here again. You may notice I'm playing without the music. That's because that's the way I'm used to it. Over the years I usually played without music because the game itself doesn't require the CD to be in the drive, so I never really bothered putting it just for the music to be on. Episode 2. It looks dark and ominous. The door opens, and again we find ourselves in some nasty military base. Well, where we're going is to the Crypt of Decay. Hey, didn't we get some secret message about this level the previous time? Anyway, I'm very close to the exit. That's the regular exit here. But what we're interested in is this stack of boxes here and a pretty obvious shootable button. Here's something interesting that Quake did. It removed the use button, so everything is operated by either touching it or shooting it. However, it's a change that didn't really catch on, so most first-person shooters afterwards brought back the use button, and they still have it nowadays. Oh well. Ooh, this looks bad. Okay, so we're going to the area where the gold key was, but we can take a very special shortcut. So remember this message from the introduction, something about a well of wishes. So go here. Ooh, I wonder what's down there. The well of wishes! The dogfish lives! Yeah, that's the Easter egg. It's the dogfish, and the background is the same texture as in the level Well of Wishes in Commander Keen episode 4, Secret of the Oracle. You can actually see it in my video titled Big Trouble in Little Pyramid. Near the end of the video I made a quick demonstration of the Well of Wishes and the dogfish. Oops, I don't want to drown. So this takes us, that's where the gold key used to be, and down here is the now opened barrier, and beyond it is the Stargate, I mean the secret exit. Whoop! Ooh, a bug that exists in vanilla Quake is that rotfish, these are the nasty fishes in the water, are counted twice towards the total number of enemies in a level. So if a level has rotfish, you can never get 100% kills. Yeah, I suppose they fixed this in the remasters, but in vanilla it's like this. So welcome to the Underearth. Ooh, and there's the welcoming committee already. Ooh, that's a fiend. Well, they're not pinkies, but they're pretty nasty all the same. Yeah, secret levels usually have this closed off portal at the start. Ziggurat Vertigo had it too, but it was up on the wall, so it's easy to miss. But it's in there. Each one has this. Okay, I have plenty of nails yet. Put them to good use. We see one of the new enemies in episode 2, a Death Knight. Or was it a Hell Knight? I forget. So they're nice, but they have a ranged attack as well, so don't get careless. And they make these really cool groans when you hit them. Okay, ooh, the exit already? Go for a swim first. Okay. Okay, I'll go for a swim. Ooh, that's rockets. In Quake 1, rockets serve as ammo for both the grenade and rocket launcher. But in all following Quake games, grenades and rockets are separate ammo types, so this is the only exception. Okay, I'm going for a swim. There's a tunnel here. Swim, swim, hungry. Aha! We find a whole new section of the map. There's the gold key. You know, technically we could rocket jump to it. because while they were designing the maps, they did not yet know about the possibility of rocket jumping. So that's why map design generally doesn't take it into consideration, which allows for considerable sequence breaking. This map contains a curious Easter egg. To activate it, you have to hit these gargoyle faces so that they bleed. Oh, there's zombies down there. Zombies can only be destroyed by explosions. Otherwise they just fall to the ground and rise up after a while. There's a secret with the quad damage we can get. Just be very careful when mixing quad damage and grenades or rockets. It's quite deadly. You can easily blow yourself up. I pressed a brick that was sticking out of the wall. Okay, quad damage. Ooh. Ooh, lots of jibbing. Press this button to jib this guy. Okay, let's make the most out of this quad damage. Yeah, this gun and the quad damage are a very nice combination. Okay, that was all of the quad damage. Let's see what was in here. Just be careful not to get crushed by this. Again, another spot where you could rocket jump. Wasn't there a secret in the slime? Let's check. Oh, it's not a secret, it's just some... Oh wait, there is a secret in the slime, but it's in another part of the level. Yeah. Really need to refresh my memory. I hit this, okay. It's been a while since I played Quake like this. Okay. Ooh, fiend. Ooh, that was in fighting, but I interrupted it, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to. Oh, there's someone above me. Ow. Yeah, he's there. Come on, show yourself. Oh, this looks like a trap. I think the blue sections cause nails to come out. Is there some health left around here? There is. Okay. Oh, there's a guy up here. Show yourself. Don't be shy. Come on. Good. Oh, you've been causing a lot of trouble. So don't touch the blue sections of the floor. Quick save. Come on. Oh. Okay. And now we have the gold key. Okay, I hope I haven't missed any gargoyle faces. Oh! Ow! Yeah, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I played this. And last time I played it, it wasn't exactly the game in its purest form. Let's just say there were a lot of exploding backpacks and other weird stuff around the game. Deathstalker knows what I'm talking about. Okay, some scrags, some ogre. Perhaps the secret in the slime is here in this room. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it. Let's press this. Oh, somebody didn't like this. Ow! Don't you just hate it when this happens? Yeah. Ah, finally, so let's check if there's something else hidden around here. Uh-huh. See, I did remember correctly after all that there's a slime secret. Good. Now, yeah, red armor is the highest type of armor in the game. Very useful to have. Okay. Oh, another one of you. More scrags. No, when you shoot them, they make a sound that sounds like no, like they're saying no, no, no. Anyway, shoot this gargoyle. There probably isn't anything in the slime, so I won't bother checking. Jeez, come here and fight me like a man. Okay, shells, health. Should I check? Ah, no, there shouldn't be. Oh, kind of reminds me of that trap we saw in the armory in Death Kings. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts, it hurts. Gargoyle, gargoyle. Okay, I think we've done all gargoyles, so the payoff for this secret Easter egg is in this corridor. Somebody's hiding here. You're supposed to bounce in the other direction. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, if we've done all the gargoyle faces correctly, this should open, yes. And here's the Easter egg room. We have this strange logo and two sets of initials, TC and TW. Do you know what these mean? Oh, these are the initials of Tim Willits and Theresa Chasar, his sister. If the name Chasar sounds familiar, well, that's the crying lady in Doom 3, whose head turns into a lost soul. And this logo, I think it's related to a Doom WAD Willits and Chaser made back in the early 90s, which was called a Raven, I think. Probably the logo itself appeared somewhere in the WAD, but I'm not sure. It's been many years since I've played it. Okay, we're very close to the end. Oh, zombies. You can't kill that which is already dead, but you can blow it into bits. Yeah, this will do. Okay, I smell a very obvious trap here. Let's trigger it. Oh, it's just more zombies. Okay. I like fighting zombies. And there should be all of them. Yeah. I just have to press the switches. And we're done. We're back to the place where we were told to go for a swim. Except this time the exit is open. And we can leave. So, well, there weren't any special gimmicks in this level, just an Easter egg. Still a fun map as a whole. We are now in the Ebon Fortress, which is another of those typical Romero castles. Now let's just take a quick look at it. Ooh. Anyway, that's all for today. So next time we'll be going to the Hellish episode 3, which is dominated by the runic theme, and pretty much all of the maps are made by American McGee. So tune in next time. See you then.